Hi all, Hedrich Adventures, Hedrich Cats, as you probably know by now. So behind me, in our local churchyards, we've got a magnolia tree. These are very ancient trees. They come from a lineage that's over 100 million years old, so they were around when the dinosaurs were around. They're also edible, so the petals, as well as being beautiful, not only edible, they actually taste of something, because not everything tastes very strongly in the world of, well, petals. But these ones, I've literally just tried one and they really taste of ginger. Beautiful. So hopefully we're going to be, I've asked permission, I said I can take a pot of them, so I don't want to take a bit too much. And I'm going to make some sushi and some syrup. See you later back at the base. So here's a closer look at what we're dealing with. This is mid-March. So March to April is when magnolia flowers. You do get different varieties. So you get ones that are almost completely white. You get ones with a little bit of pink in, and you get ones that are deep pink. The white ones tend to be the most mild in flavour, and the deep pink are the most intense. In fact, so intense you can only really use them as a sort of spice in small amounts. So I'm going to collect a few of the closed buds, because they're meant to be, they are the nicest for using as a spice, the freshest. And here's a little look at the entire tree. So no leaves yet, just those beautiful flowers. So have a look out and see if your neighbour has one, or somebody you know, and ask them if you can take a few. So here we go, I've got one pot, nicely closed buds. So thank you, magnolia tree. See you in a bit. Morning all. So back at base, I've got 12 closed magnolia buds, and I've put 1 cup of Japanese rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of Himalayan rock salt, a bit damp in my boat, and 1 tablespoon of caster sugar. So that's all in there. I'm going to heat this up now and make a quick pickle. So the idea is, this is going to be sushi tomorrow. Exciting times. So here I'm taking off the outside petals, and I'm going to use the petals, and the inside part of the flower we don't use in the pickle. I've just tasted one of these. I'm going to taste another one. They are amazing. And even though these are quite light flowers, and I've heard that the darker they are, the stronger in flavour they are, you can really get that ginger, cardamom spice texture. I'm really tempted to try this. In it goes. It looks like a little pineapple. Oh, that's very strong. Christ on a bicycle. I think I'm going to put that in as well, actually, and chop that up a little bit. We can put those in like little capers. Okay, so I've made a pickle out of magnolia petals, star anise. So it was 1 cup of rice wine vinegar, 1 star anise, 1 tablespoon of peppercorns. What else did I put in it? I put in the actual buds from the inside as well, because I want it to infuse. So I packed all the petals as tightly as I could, taking them off the buds, packing them in. And I put 1 clove of garlic, cut in half. So that's all in there, ready to infuse. And I'm going to leave it overnight, and then it'll be ready for our sushi tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to put 450 grams of white sugar, and I've got 450 ml. That's roughly just over 2 cups worth of water. So we're going to heat the water and the sugar up together and then put the petals in. So in goes 450 grams of white sugar into 450 ml of water. So wait until your water and sugar, the sugar's all dissolved and the water's boiling. So now I'm going to turn it down to a simmer and put the petals in. Some people say cold infuse it, some people say, a lot of people are saying it's fine to put it in the warm, at least fairly warm water. So that's what I'm going to do, but not so hot that it's going to nuke all these flavours. So you can see how quickly they go brown. I've got about 2 cupfuls here squashed into this pot. Excuse my cooker. It's a vintage cooker from the 1970s, so yeah, I love my cooker. So yeah, you can see this simple syrup is off the boil. It's sort of cooled down a bit, and I'm gonna just warm infuse them. I think I'm going to leave this in here overnight, because that's what I do with my elderflower blossom, and it seems to work quite well. So I'm melting about 50 grams of butter, and I'm mixing up an egg, 1 egg in with the banana. Lovely. Just make sure that's eggs. You can obviously blend the egg first. I've just blended it as I go. And then I'm going to put the melted butter. You can use oil if you want. I'm using butter. And I'm going to put 50 grams of butter into the banana and egg mix. Okay, so I've put 100 ml of magnolia syrup, 100 grams of seeds, mixed seeds, 50 grams of dried apricots, 50 grams of dried raisins. Raisins are always dried. Forget I said that. 250 grams of porridge oats, 50 grams of butter, and have I forgotten anything? Let's stir it in. Look at that. Oh yes, and 1 egg. Of course, I put 1 egg in this mix, and it's got 2 bananas in, so full of fruit. And I've put 2 tablespoons of good quality peanut butter. Good peanut butter, no crap in it. And then I'm going to put a little bit of vanilla, because I've actually got some vanilla pods from Madagascar. I've actually been to Madagascar. Got some proper vanilla. So just 1 of these will do. It's very strong. I don't want to overpower the magnolia. So a bit hard to show you with one hand, but I've scraped out the seeds. I've cut this vanilla pod in half, and I've scraped out the seeds. So we've got these seeds here to put in our flapjack breakfast bars. In it goes at gas 4 for about 45 minutes. So here I'm boiling 330 ml of water with 250 grams of sushi rice. I've rinsed the sushi rice about 3 or 4 times to get rid of the starch. So I've just added some magnolia pickle to the salt. There's a few peppercorns in there. We can get those out later. And now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of magnolia syrup. It's always fun with one hand. Give that a really good stir, and we've got our sushi rice mix. So pour the salt and the magnolia vinegar and the magnolia syrup into the rice. We can let that stand about 15 minutes or so. Okay, so here I've got the sushi rice laid out, rough side up on the sushi nori seaweed, and I've got the fillings. So cucumber, pickled magnolia petals, smoked tofu, sliced carrots, and some spring onion. Let's get rolling. Voila, magnolia sushi. So other people have said about rolling up the petals in the sushi. I found that right faff, to be honest. So what I've done, first of all, I've actually used the inside part of the flower, which is apparently a big of a no-no. But I've tasted this, quite a lot of it, completely full, and I found that I prefer the inside part. I think I'm just used to strong taste, but maybe it's because these magnolias are kind of quite white ones, so they might be more mild than a pink flowered magnolia. And they've got a little bit of pink on, but only a tiny amount. They're mostly white. The other thing I've done is, because this is basically replacing ginger, the magnolia petals, I've put the maji with ginger in the sushi. So we've got a little tray here of pickled magnolia petals. Yeah, and a bit of wasabi. Absolutely banging. Delicious.